Hello everyone, I am Kapil Soni. Here I am going to take a demonstrative lecture on data structures and algorithm. So as per the GATE examination, this subject is really very important. Why? Because just due to its subject weightage. Out of 100 marks of the entire subject, this only a subject is containing a marks of, that is a weightage of 15 to 20 marks. So by default, this subject is categorized into three different aspects. The first one is data structure, second one is programming structure, and the third, which is known to be a most important concern, known as algorithmic structure. Because algorithm always shows the methodology in order to solve the problem. So first we will be deciding about what should be the algorithm in order to solve any problem. After just getting this method, we will select an appropriate data structure, and to implement both the algorithm as well as the data structure through any programming concerns, we will select the appropriate programming structures. Okay, so in just a 10-minute of demonstrative lecture, I am here taking one of the example of the algorithmic structure design. So I am concerning with one of the algorithmic structure known as a recursive algorithm. So recursive algorithms I am here discussing. So recursive algorithms are the algorithms which will be composing of two things. First one, there should be any base condition which is known to be a terminating step of the algorithm, and the second one is inductive step, which will be iteratively calling on behalf of solving the problem. Okay, so one of the algorithm I am writing here in form of algorithm recursive demo. So recursive demo I am writing here on the size of input n, because here I am taking n, because every analysis of the algorithm is always based upon the size of the input. So if the size of input is n, I am passing here. So the terminating step I am writing in the form of if check condition, and if n value is greater than 0, then this algorithm will be recursively called. Recursively called means with the same name. I am writing here R demo again with the size of the reduction input. Okay, so now n is reduced to n minus 1, followed by a print statement I am taking here, and with the same value of n, and again I am taking here a recursive demo on the size of input n minus 1. So now we have completed the entire algorithm. So this algorithm is just doing what? Try to understand. This will be recursively calling our algorithm on the basis of input size n, and in between there is a dedicated statement called print statement. This will print the value of given input n. Okay, so for the analysis approaches, we have the two things here. One more method is there, but I am not covering here in the demo lecture. So now in the analysis of the recursive algorithm, first we can go for the recursive tree approach, and the second one is called as substitution method. Okay, so substitution method will be a pure mathematical approach, and the recursive tree method is just a kind of analytical approach. So just look at here. If we try to draw the recursive tree method for this R demo algorithm, so I am here, let me call this algorithm here with, suppose I am calling here call recursive demo on the input size of 3. So if I am passing here a recursive demo with the input size 3, so this 3 will get passed to the input size of n. So this n will take the value of 3, and now how this recursive tree will be constructed, look at the board. In place of R demo, I'll use to write only R, just to save the space, because the space is limited here. So now I am taking here that R of 3 I am calling. So initially if I am calling for R of 3, so this R of 3 is passed to this n. Now this n value will be checked with the value whether it is greater than 0 or not. So now 3 is definitely greater than 0. So now algorithm will call what? Recursive demo. So now recursive demo of n minus 1. So here I am taking 3 minus of 1, that is r of 2. So r of 2 is now called. So at the same point of contact, again this algorithm will be called. So again the algorithm is called with the reduction of the input size of n minus 1. So now 2 is passed to this n, and when this n is getting this value of 2, so at the same instance 2 is greater than 0 will be checked, and again the recursive call will be placed in the form of r of 1. So now 1 is again greater than 0, this will require a recursive call of r of 0. And when it reaches to 0, means the value of n becomes 0, and that is 0 can never be greater than 0. So this is a terminating step of the algorithm, and here we have to backtrack to the previous call of the algorithm, that is r of 1. So now what is the next step? Next step was to print the value of n. So here we are going to print the value of n in our context here as 1. So 1 will get printed. After that one, again recursive call of n minus 1 will be initiated. So on behalf of 1, n minus 1 will be required as r of 0. So similarly, this r of 0 will find a terminating step, and it will be backtracked towards r of 1. So when we reach to r of 1, r of 1 is now completed with all these three statements. Now the control is transferred to what? R of 2. So now r of 2 will proceed or will resume with its own execution, that is print of n. So now it will print the value of 2. After printing the value of 2, it will again initiate a call of n minus 1. So if n minus 1 call is again initiated, so this will act as same which we have done already on the left side. It will create as r of 1, further r of 0, followed by the printing of value 1, followed by r of 0, and again the backtracking will be happening, and after that one, this r of 2 will return a call to r of 3. Now this r of 3 will again resume with its own execution. So here I am taking here the printing of value 3. After that one, the entire left hand side of the structure, will be formed on the right hand side. So now I am taking directly this as to be a r of 2, followed by r of 2 is categorized into r of 1. Now this will be a value printed by 2. This is r of 1, followed by again r of 0, 1, followed by r of 0, again r of 0, here 1, and r of 0. So now you can here check the thing is what this algorithm is printing. If you are passing the input size n, so on basis of this input size n, it is passing 1 2 1 2 1 3 1 2 1. Okay, so this is the required output after the end of this algorithmic call. So if we talk about the analysis method of this algorithm, that is a kind of the recursive tree method. So in a recursive tree method, two approaches are there. If we want to find the time complexity of this algorithm, so the time complexity is bounded by the total number of algorithmic calls needed by any algorithm. So this algorithm, on the basis of this input size 3, is requiring how many calls? You just check it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now followed by 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So on the given value of 3, the total calls are 15. So in place of n, can we generalize this fact? Yes, definitely. This is a kind of a full binary tree structure. So any full binary tree structure will be in the form of 2 to the power of n plus 1 minus of 1. So if you put here 3, so you will get what? 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 minus of 1. So this is equivalent to what? 15 calls. So by default the algorithm is taking what? A kind of complexity which is known to be a exponential, that is 2 to the power of something. So this 2 to the power of something calls are required. Okay, so now after that one, if you look for the space complexity of the algorithm, so this space is limited by the depth of this recursion tree, that is 0, this is the depth 1, this is depth 2, and this is the depth number 3. So from 0, 1, 2 and 3 onward, we can call the size or the space of this algorithm, which is in terms of n only. Okay, now the same structure or the same thing we are going to prove through the mathematical approach. So here I am taking in the mathematical approach. Here I am going to take in this mathematical approach as by forming here its recurrence. So how to write the recurrence for the given equation? So in place of r of demo, here I am writing t of n. So t of n says the total number of executions required by the recursive algorithm based upon the input size n. Okay, so how to write this t of n? You look at here. The total number of execution statements are depending upon what? These three statements. Okay, so these three statements, this is reducing the size of the input from n minus 1. This is also reducing the size n minus 1, and the printing of any value will require what? The constant time. A constant time is to be written as 1 only. Okay, and this is the terminating step, and terminating step will always check for one time. So this is the total number of executions required by the algorithm based upon the input size n, and here I am writing t of 0. Why I am taking here 0? Because n is greater than 0. N is greater than 0 will require the call of the algorithm. But whenever this n reaches to 0, this algorithm will have to backtrack. So if the algorithm requires a backtrack on the value of 0, so I am here writing that is the terminating step will be on the basis of n value as 0. So if t of 0 will be realized here, so how many times this statement will get executed? Only one time. So I am writing here 1. Now on t of n basis, what we are doing? N minus 1, that is reduction, another n minus 1 reduction plus one time of printing. So here I am writing here 2 times of n minus 1. So total size here I am writing like this, that is twice of t of n minus 1 plus of 1. So this is the formed recurrence relation regarding this recursive algorithm. So now let me solve this approach as mathematically. So I am taking here t of n is equal to 2 into t of n minus 1 plus of 1. So now what we have to do in order to get the resultant from this recurrence relation, that is in place of t of n we have to put the value of this entire equation. So here what to do? You separate this 2 here, and after separating, in place of t of n you put again this entire equation. So now I am putting here twice of t of n minus 1. So now take this minus 1 here, okay, followed by plus 1. So plus 1 and followed by this plus 1. Okay, so I have taken all. So now on the basis of this one I am writing from here itself. So this will require as 2 into 2, this will be 2 square followed by t of n minus of minus 1, this will result to minus 2, and 2 multiplied by 1, that is 2, plus of 1, that is 3. So can I write down like this, that is 2 to the power of 2 minus of 1? Yes, sure, because we can write it there, that is 2 plus of 1, 3, and it will be evaluated same to be 2 to the power of 2 minus of 1. So by generalizing this step, because of the time constraint I am not generalizing for more steps, directly I am concluding this statement. If suppose we are going for the kth step, of the algorithm, so this will become what? That is 2 to the power of k, that is the step number 2. So now after 2 this will become k. The entire equation becomes that n minus of k plus of 2 to the power of k minus of 1. Okay, so now when you reach to this step, you mark it as an important equation in order to solve your recursive algorithm. Okay, after this one what to do? You put this n minus k and equate to equate to this base condition value 0. Okay, so now I am equating. So after equating, you will find the resultant that the value of k becomes n. So when you get this value of k is equal to n, so now put this value of k into the same equation. So after putting this value of k in the equation, you will get what? 2 to the power of n followed by t of n minus k we have equated to 0. So t of 0 we have to write, and plus 2 to the power of n minus 1. So now this will evaluate as 2 to the power of n. T of 0 is evaluated as 1. So t of 0 is evaluated as 1. So multiplied by 1 plus of 2 to the power of n minus of 1. So whole evaluation of the algorithm is what? 2 to the power of n plus 2 to the power of n minus 1. So this will be evaluated to 2 times of 2 to the power of n minus of 1. So by default it is 2 to the power of n plus 1. So for concluding the complexities of any algorithm that is the time complexity, this is the basic fact that mathematically we do not need to take any constants. So just by ignoring these constant value of minus 1, by ignoring this constant value of 2, we can conclude that the complexity of the algorithm is again a exponential time algorithm. Okay, so the same has been proved here mathematically through the formation of the substitution step, as well as we have already proved this fact by this recursive tree approach, because here on the base of input size n, we got 2 to the power n plus 1 minus 1 number of functional calls. So by excluding this constant factors, that is this one, again my complexity of the algorithm is bounded by 2 to the power of n. Understand or not? Okay, thank you very much. I have completed just for these all things.